soundthroughburrito.com, or you can check us out on YouTube. John has put many clips up on YouTube for that, so as well. So I just wanted to fill you in on that before we got any further into our day. So we have Nikki here today, and we're going to be talking about shamanism. So Nikki, we should start off. What is shamanism?
Well, I mean, I think the basic breakdown, or the best way to understand shamanism, would be the mastery of living energy. So if we think about the entire world is made up of energy, molecular breakdown, the shaman is there to learn how to master the interrelationship of energy. So if that's energy with yourself, or energy with your food, or the relationship with food, the relationship with others. And then the origins of the word shaman, actually, it's Russian in origin, Siberian. But shaman actually means the tracker of the soul. So you're basically there to track the subconscious or the soul body for people.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
We didn't discuss this, but I have a question. So when you go to sleep and would you say that your soul would leave your body? Because some people have like those outer body experiences where they can kind of go, like that I've heard that can happen with meditation as well.
Yeah, astral travel. I mean, your soul's not leaving your body. When your soul leaves your body, essentially it's understood that you pass. But that would be more of like your etheric field, or your energy body is traveling outside and kind of being in two places at once.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a one movie that just kind of reminded me about it, and I saw it years and years ago, and it was this little girl went to sleep, and I guess her soul, or her what did you call it? Her spirit or energy,
yeah.
Left her body, and it went traveling while she slept, and it would go from place to place, kind of traveling and searching, and then eventually, in reality, like in the real life part of it, she wouldn't wake up, and she would be kind of in a coma, and the dad, sat by her side all the time, talking to her, and he talked to somebody else that said, well, she's lost somewhere outside in the spiritual world. And so the dad said, teach me how to get to that point and how to find her. So he ended up going to sleep, and him going out of his body, and he went and found her, and he had to battle demons and stuff like that to get to her, and he was able to bring her back. So that's why that kind of made me curious too, right? Because I've had it before too, right? Like when you're asleep and you fly,
yeah.
Right? And it feels so real, and I'm so glad. And especially, I know with people with schizophrenia, it's when you hallucinate or have delusions about something, then it's like, oh no, it's real, right? And so many times I could have, when I was really manic, I could have been like, well, I'm just going to jump off this bridge, but I had to absolutely tell myself, you can't fly, like, you can't fly. But when you're in a state like that, you just absolutely, well, I did it in my dream, and my dream's real. And when you're manic with schizoaffective disorder, everyth's real. Your thoughts are real, everything that happens is real, and there's nothing else about it. So and you were saying there's lots of different types of levels and types of shamanism.
Yeah, there is. I mean, ultimately every nation, so shamanism is cross-cultural. It's not just what we consider indigenous cultures. There's shamans in Celtic tradition, all through Africa, Polynesian, South American, Central American, and then Native North American. And then within each lineage, there's going to be a different type of, not necessarily a hierarchy, because most shamanic practices they work on a horizontal plane, not a vertical one.
So what would that be like, explaining?
The understanding being that nobody's above anybody else.
Okay.
Everybody is, one of the primary teachings of shamanism is this concept of oneness. So everything is connected. We're all one part of a bigger one. So when there's no separation, it leads to a different mentality around that.
Mm-hmm. And then, so what type of shamanism have you studied into?
I was initiated in a Peruvian lineage, so the Quero lineage, and the Quero are from the high Andes in Peru and northern Bolivia. So they live at about 14,000 feet and up in the mountains. And their lineage was prophesied to come into North America. Originally brought up here, from my understanding anyway, by a man called Alberto Vallaldo, who brought the teachings up about 25, 30 years ago. But it's a prophesied time that these teachings from the Quero, from these high mountain people, would come up into North America and start to wake us up.